Canada Post workers are already on strike here at the South Central plant. They're holding signs that say, "We deserve better." And as you mentioned, this is a reaction to the sweeping changes that the federal government announced yesterday. Among those changes, of course, is the phasing out of door-to-door service over the next 10 years and a move over to a community mailbox model. Another change is slowing down mail deliveries, so it could take up to a week to deliver a piece of mail. This is all because the government says Canada Post needs to achieve financial stability, and it's currently losing $10 million a day. Now, Procurement Minister Joel Lightbound made this announcement yesterday based on recommendations in the Industrial Inquiry Commission's report on Canada Post. The report also recommended changes to Canada Post's collective agreement to allow the corporation to hire part-time employees for weekends. On that front, the two sides have been in negotiations to reach a new agreement for nearly 2 years with little progress, and the union has been in a legal position to strike since at least May. Now, the Canadian Union of Postal Workers said they were caught off guard by the minister's announcement, and they're outraged by it as they are currently in negotiations to strike a new deal. And they sent their offer to the corporation in August and are still awaiting a counteroffer. So we spoke to the Toronto local president about the union's thoughts on part-time workers. Here's what he had to say.
During our contract negotiations, it was regarding weekend delivery. The union is for weekend delivery. We understand parcels need to be delivered on the weekend, but we also understand we need good jobs that are able to support a family with, not gigafied jobs, not precarious part-time work.
Now, Canada Post, for its part, has welcomed the changes and said that they will work with the government and employees to implement them. The Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses says it is also supportive of the changes, but in the interim, the postal workers' strike is going to have a massive impact on small businesses who still rely heavily on Canada Post to do business. They also say that the timing of the strike is troubling because we are now in the lead up to the holiday retail shipping season, which is very busy, and more needs to be done to minimize the impact on businesses. In a statement, they said the federal government must push forward with the needed changes ordered by Minister Lightbound. Now is not the time to turn back. Canada needs some form of temporary or permanent essential services legislation to ensure service continues while the reforms are going into effect. Small firms are counting on government and all political parties to make this happen. So now the fallout of all of this, however, for you at home and for all Canadians across the country is that there's going to be no mail delivery, nor are they going to be accepting any mail during this labor disruption. There are some exceptions, however, for things like social services checks. Those will still be delivered. And there's also some exceptions for live animals. Those that are already in the system will be processed and delivered, but they're not going to be accepting any parcels of that sort at this time.